Oh, greetings.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, good day. Hello and welcome. Welcome to episode 17. Shit me, it's not 17, it's 18. 18 of
Oh,
the Voices from Behind podcast. I'm the podcast where every week we chuck movies at each other and we have those movies discussed because we discuss things.
or mostly just rant.
It's mainly rants. It's primarily rants.
Rant me, daddy, rant me.
I'm your host, Evo, and with me is the co-host who has the same name as me, but he has a beard. That's how he can tell us apart.
Kinda ish, maybe.
Not
Or
by,
I
not
just
by
sound.
the accents or anything, but just by.
Yeah, I mean, I do sound aggressively Eastern European according to people,
Do you?
and I will never drop that one.
That was
Never.
that one ain't never going away.
No, no, no. My bare nature tells me to refuse. No.
Maximum
Well,
refusal. Right. So this is a podcast where every week we give a movie to each other and we discuss it the week after. We're gonna go over what we did over the last 7 or so days, and then we're
Move on to
gonna
news.
move on to a bit of news.
Mostly me digging up some obscure shit.
Mostly him digging up obscure shit and us yelling at Randy Pitchford.
Which, well, this is what week is this? 5th week in a row I'm running into Randy Pitchford?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
motherfucker just gives me material, man. Holy fucking shit, you dumb daft bastard.
So we're gonna go over that, and apart from that, then we're gonna talk about the movie that you gave me last week, and we're gonna go over it in some detail, and we're gonna end it with me giving you a film for the week after, and we're gonna send us off into the lovely evening. So
Into the grim void of loneliness and despair.
sounds like a Tuesday night. So yeah.
It's too bad. It's Thursday.
So it's been last week we did the podcast on our Friday because scheduling, but this week we're back on schedule. So if you want to go over real quick
Nothing interesting.
what you did
happened
over
for me
this
that-
week, so
Nothing interesting I did over this week. It's just absolutely nothing interesting I did over the whole week.
that's a shame.
I mean, it's just a slow week. The weather shit, people shit, the usual stuff. I honestly watched like fucking couple of movies.
Okay, go on.
Actually, I watched a really good one called Night of the Wolf.
Okay.
I suggest you check it out. It's pretty good. It's about this retired old man veteran from the war that goes into a house, and he's blind, by the way. This is the key thing. He's blind, and
Okay.
he goes into this retirement village.
Okay.
And it turns out that there is a werewolf in the village that's killing people.
Right. It's a premise and a half.
No. And here's the thing. So the first night he gets attacked, but he's able to survive. But he loses his trusty dog Shadow for it. And he knows that the next attack is gonna go towards next month because it's only on full moon. He realizes it really fucking closely, really fast. It's a werewolf, so he's like, I've got a full fucking month to prepare and figure out who the fuck this guy is, because he's apparently part of the village, and this is not the first time.
Okay.
And the whole movie is just the slow burner over the last act. How he's blind, so he's just trying, and he's old school. Let's go with that. He's old school.
Okay.
So he's kind of an ass. Actually, he's an ass. It's like, but it's really well done. He has his issues with his son. Yada yada yada. He realizes it because he lost the eyes that made him bitter. And he realizes really fast who the werewolf is because he has been blind for so long. He can tell by the smell who it is.
So he's one of those hyper cool
Yeah.
blind people, yeah.
No, no, he's struggling. He's genuinely struggling to do shit, but his sense of smell is far superior than most people, so he's able to pick up on some shit. And that's the really good part, because he's not like he's not amazing at what he does. He's just kind of averagely mediocre at best. And that whole climax. And by the way, real spoiler alert here: the movie isn't with a good ending.
Okay.
But it
Is
makes
it a
perfect
sad
fucking.
ending, or is it more of a
No, it's a
ending could have
cathartic
been
ending.
better? Okay.
It's shit. It's
Die,
an ending
at
that.
least die quietly. Jesus Christ.
No, I refuse. I will die and it will be a fucking circus. Um, no, the ending is like it makes perfect sense for what happened.
Right.
But it's kind of sad, and you know, you don't kind of get to like the guy in the end, but you get to understand him, which is a major fucking difference.
Okay.
And the acting is pretty good. It's pretty fucking stellar for a person pretending to be blind when he isn't, and he does well,
Fair
I
enough.
guess. I watched a couple of other shitty movies that, honestly, I just why are these even a thing? I watched Death Day, aka The Campus, aka don't watch it. It's a fucking piece of shit.
Okay.
I can't even tell you exactly what the fuck happened in this movie. It's just pointless shit with unlikable people.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I also tried to watch Hunting Grounds, a Canadian movie.
Right.
It's a piece of shit. Don't watch it. It's absolute fucking garbage. I just I mean, this is the premise. In this future, nature is restricted, and virtual games now provide both landscapes and hunting grounds. A group of hunters will make it outside for a traditional hunt that goes wrong.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's one of those ecological pieces of shit movies. It's like, I mean, and it's just so every left forest, because it's mostly forest naturally,
Okay.
is owned by fucking corporations. You're like, yeah, no, you fucking lost me there. Bye. It's just,
Also, somebody just commented in the chat, and I completely missed it because now it's just disappeared.
and it's just, I just, no, fuck this movie. Just, fuck it.
Fuck it. Fair enough.
I
Could,
don't know.
could be
It's
worse,
just,
I suppose.
a lot of things have to. A lot of things have to. I need to sit down and watch good movies. What you do the whole week?
What did I do? Fuck all. I was off for 2 days and did nothing both days. I was just in bed because I was like super tired. And I think I'm getting ill again, which I'm not even sure how that's possible. I also finally got some studio headphones.
Oh, good.
And
Here's the question:
Yes, I played some Dusk.
did you finish it?
I did not finish it because I got really frustrated and kind of quit.
On which level?
I am on. Oh, fuck me. I beat the level with the weird gravity on it, the one that loops.
Oh yeah, that's the whole Homecoming. Homecoming is such a fucking class act. That level is just. Mwah,
So I beat
G.
that, and I'm on to the next one, I think.
Oh, the worthy level. You're not worthy. The fucking arena one.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly an arena at this point because there's, the big meteor things that spit fucking flying skulls at you.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I
I called them
encountered one.
bolsters.
I encountered one of those in a really tight corridor thing, and I shot a barrel by mistake that was right next to me because I was just using the grenades, and I died. So I kind of quit.
Wait, no, you're not on the penultimate level.
I'm not sure what I'm on. It's at the end of the day, it's okay. I mean, I'm getting
Homecoming
there.
is a fucking
I just
fast
go. I'm going at it at my own pace, and if I get frustrated or if I get pissed off, I'll just quit.
Yeah, you're back at the as above, so below.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you're retreading the same level with a different idea to it.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's the anti-gravity sort of flip the level upside down shtick.
It's okay.
The
next level is the Dweller in Darkness. You're gonna have some fun in the Dweller of Darkness.
Also, I finally went out and bought a guitar interface. Did I tell you about it? Did I say that last week? I'm not sure if I did.
I think you mentioned that you were going to.
I did mention it, yes. I got a guitar interface, which is basically you plug your guitar into with this cable thing, and then you plug the other end, which is a USB, into your computer. So you can use that to record guitar directly without having to use like an audio interface.
Okay, fine.
It's usable. I mean, it's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it's decent. You know, it does the job if you just want to jam out and actually hear your guitar with a clean tone. And then you can download a bunch of plugins and just play the damn thing with the plugins and actually make it sound decent. and if I ever decide to like record music, which I'm thinking about, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen, I'll I'll get on that and I'll record the musics. After all, it is me that made the opening track to this podcast, which isn't exactly an opening track; it's just a stupid loop, but it still does the job.
Loop me, daddy.
Loop me, daddy. I also played a bit of Team Fortress 2. I'm playing the Horde mode, where you fight robots.
Oh yeah, that one that came out is literally the last thing Volvo ever put out.
Man versus machine, and I'm trying to like get all the tours beat so I can actually, because you get like cool rewards. You get like a bunch of different weapons with different skins on them, so that's kind of cool. But it's a good time if you end up with the right team. It's really sort of it's a good laugh.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of laughs. It's a lot of say hi to Evie. This person says, "Who's Squall, by the way?" Is it what?
Wait, really?
Yep.
I mean, give me a second.
Squall first in the chat
Shit,
says, say hi to
Squall. Okay, so remember years ago when I told you I have this friend of mine. I think he still works at Ubisoft, Sofia.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he's here. Interesting.
Is it the same guy we played Magic with, or is it a different?
No.
Okay.
No. It's not Danny.
Have I met this person before?
No, you haven't. You actually haven't.
Because you've introduced me to most of your friends, but not him.
I mean, for the past, I don't know, for fucking 7 years, getting in touch with him is kind of a bitch. It's really difficult to get things set up.
Yes, Magic the Gathering. Yes, we played Magic the Gathering with another person at some point. Which reminds me, I should reinstall that game and put it. We might play it at 14 at some point.
Just no. I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's really bad at this point. Yeah. As a person who fucking plays still Magic occasionally, at this point.
Oh, he says he's playing at the moment.
Oh.
He's listening to us play Magic. That's good. Nice. Relaxing.
So he's probably playing Arena. Congratulations! Just do Red Deck wins. That usually fucking works every time. Most grindiest, dumbest deck in existence. Because why the fuck not?
Yeah, I got some headphones, and they're also the same color as my laptop, so it's all aesthetically pleasing right now. Let me see if I've got anything else around the room to remind me of what I might have done over the week, but I don't think there is anything. I've been drawing a lot of butts. Yeah. I've been drawing a lot of butts. Apart from that, do you want to get into a bit of...
Yes, I've got a couple of news.
A couple news.
A couple of news.
Okay.
A couple of news.
Yeah.
So first of all, the It Chapter 2 trailer
just came out, yes.
Yeah. And it looks pretty mediocre.
It looks okay.
I mean, I'm questioning some of the casting there, but I'm fine.
I'm okay with the casting.
I mean, Jessica Chastain, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I would have said get Amy Adams to play her instead, but they already pulled that shtick with Sharp Object, so...
Fair enough. James McAvoy, class act.
Class act. The just old Spice guy playing the black kid.
Just fine. I don't know.
Bill Hader playing the other... What's his name? I forget his name.
There was a couple of others. I don't know. It's fine.
Seems like there's a bit more budget behind this one.
The first one had crazy budget for a Stephen King
movie.
A
horror film, yeah. As well.
For a Stephen King horror movie. Okay, so the second one is a Watchmen trailer came out.
That too came out, yes, earlier today.
And it looks fucking confusing. Actually, it came out yesterday for me.
Was it yesterday? I saw it this morning. I'm not even sure when it's set. I'm pretty sure it's set after.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
So I posted this with a group of friends, and most of them are fans, and most of them have read post original run of Watchmen. And
which is that before the Watchmen or the?
No. The original Watchmen is the one that the movie is based on. It's the original book by Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I mean, it's a good book, and the adaptation is okay.
The movie's pretty decent as well. I still say it's Zack Snyder's best film.
That's not particularly difficult at this point. I mean, it's fine. And they were asking what the fuck? Most of them had questions like, why does everybody have a Rorschach mask? I was like,
well, maybe people know that he sacrificed himself or something.
No.
Or somebody found his journal and now they're preaching him.
So I was like, so my next question was like, does Watchmen actually have a continuation after the original books?
Technically, it does, yes.
Yes, and I was like, nowadays they do. It's pretty good, but it's nothing to do with this. What we're seeing. I was
No,
like,
what's
then I
on
remember.
now is Doomsday Clock, and it's how the DC universe is part of the
Yeah.
Watchmen universe or something. And people are saying it's amazing, but I'm waiting for the trade to come out.
Okay, so apparently the way I understand it is like DC wants to bring the Watchmen universe into the DC universe and make it a part, which is dumb for a couple of reasons.
Well, apparently the original theory or the original stipulation was that Doctor Manhattan was the one that created the DC universe.
But why? That's the
You
thing.
know, at the end of Watchmen when he says, "I'm gonna fly away and maybe make some of my own universes or something." It turns out that apparently he's the one that made the DC universe.
Okay, that makes even less fucking sense. What the fuck is Barbados?
Barbados is
Barbados is the Dark Universe. This is the Watcher in Dark. Let's put it like that.
well, Barbados is a Batman thing mainly.
No, not exactly, because he fucked up the whole fucking universe.
Well,
The guy's a god.
yeah,
The guy made a bitch out of fucking everyone, literally
he did,
everyone.
to be fair. He really did.
And it took some fucking bullshit level stuff for them to even contest him. And I was like,
It took a lot of MacGuffins to beat him.
which in the end made sense for the whole story, but still, it's a lot of fucking shit that needed to be shoehorned in. It's pretty weird. I mean, still was a good comic. We had a lot of good stuff out of it. So what do we do with this? So Dr. Manhattan creating the whole DC universe makes even less sense, because it's like, so you're trying to tell me that he somehow created a universe when you have a all-powerful being that can barely be fucking stopped unless a certain set of circumstances come to happen. Good fucking job, Mr. Battery Man. She's just like, he was like, you piece of shit, you're literally the worst thing in the Watchmen universe. You goddamn miscreant. Rorschach was right, you're a piece of shit. Ozymandias was right, you're a piece of shit.
Selfish prick.
You're a piece of shit and you need to be fucking removed.
Yep. Please go away.
Just fucking go. And it also needs to explain, what was his name? I call him the Vietnam veteran Joker.
The comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vietnam veteran Joker. That needs to be fucking explained somehow. And considering the fact that we have the Batman who laughs, it's just I don't see the whole universe just clicking right now with how the DC universe in general has been going in directions. Maybe if they kind of move the plot for the original Watchmen forwards, and we fucking forget that Dr. Manhattan ever existed, because that's a fucking can of worms no one wants to open.
I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know where it's going. I'm kind of interested to see what the show's about.
Yeah, here's the thing. So apparently, the main protagonist, for what I saw for the trailer, what I was able to deduce or even fucking observe.
Is that the
at
guy
this
with
point.
a silver mask?
No, the main is the black woman that puts the fucking sheriff star on her as a belt buckle.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be. And here's the thing: she looks like she's a failure for the Infernal Machines auditions. I mean, everyone else has cool masks. She looks like she fucking failed auditions.
Yeah, actually, that guy with the silver mask looks fucking cool.
Yeah, he looks like the main antagonist, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Why is everything fucking color coded? Why are we doing
It's Watchmen, so it's gonna be color coded. It's always been color coded.
But are we gonna get fucking color coded for social classism? Really? I mean,
You never know.
We just finished Us. Us is a social classism movie. I don't need another one. Do you need another one? I don't think you need another one.
Speaking of trailers, the Spider-Man trailer happened as well.
Oh, I think I saw something and I gave up.
Mysterio's in it. He has the fishbowl on his head.
Yeah, did we see that like fucking 2 weeks ago?
No, that came out yesterday, I believe. Was it yesterday? What day is it today?
I think you showed me something.
It's Thursday. No, it's Monday it came out.
I think you showed me something because I remember someone linking me the Spider-Man video. I was like, don't care. Fuck you, Spider-Man, just go die.
Monday came out, yeah.
Fair enough. See, it is the thing I forgot.
Oh, Squall is asking more questions in the chat. This is so strange having somebody actually interacting. No, we're not from the UK. We're in the UK though. One's in Scotland, the other one's in Liverpool.
I'm currently living in Liverpool.
Scotland.
No, so the thing is, like, I kind of forgot that Doom Eternal is gonna happen this year.
Liverpool. Doom Eternal, yes, Doom Eternal is happening this year.
Yeah, so I went and rewatched the trailer for it. I guess the gameplay trailer for
Which
it.
one?
Even
The Phobos one or the original one?
the original one.
Okay.
The one that fucking finishes and I see a fucking archvile and I'm like,
Yeah.
you motherfuckers, how dare you fucking bring that piece of shit back? You sick sons of bitches.
Look, they managed to reimagine everything pretty well, so you never know.
No, you know what I said? I think the archvile looks pretty good,
Yep.
but the archvile is actually the worst that I'm in Doom 2. Fuck the archviles.
Well,
Fuck them to
which one were the
damnation.
Archviles again?
The ones that zap you not instantaneously, that zap you with fire from any range, that deals massive fucking damage, and resurrect people.
Yeah.
And usually, just
Pretty
surrounded
much
by
like
50.
the summoner from 1, except
Far worse,
Except
far
with fire.
tankier, far fucking tankier, and far fucking worse.
kind of looks like a xenomorph from the pictures.
From the Doom 2 ones, I mean, it's pretty
from
old.
Eternal. No, from Eternal. I mean, there's
No, from Eternal, it's just like he looks close to the original version, which
yeah, that's
like
pretty
said,
good.
I
No,
appreciate.
all the designs in the in Eternal are pretty good.
No man, it's just fuck that. The fucking Mancubi still look as derpy as ever.
It's
And
fine.
the
The Kaku boys look pretty good now. They're all spiky.
no, they look even fucking derpier than before. It's just like there is something about the polygonal way that Doom 1 did and Doom 2 perspective, because they just copy pasted it, that made the fucking tomatoes look threatening. I don't know how, but it did it. And every time I see the tomatoes in every other game, I'm like,
I'm guessing they don't like. I'm not 100% sure. Like it's some things like I can't get my words out. Some things translate pretty good in 3D. Others not so much.
Yeah, I guess it is, because the other thing is like the reimagining of the Mancubi. It just, why are they so fucking derpy? Why are
Well, they're a bunch of
fucking
fat boys that spew fire and missiles, so they're gonna be
no, because in Doom 2 when you see the Mancubi, they're literally fucking lumps of flesh, no muscles, just a
well,
complete
they're lumps of
fucking
flesh. In this one, when they walk around,
No.
their bellies flop around.
No, because I mean, just get the fucking picture of the Mancubi, of the original Doom 2 Mancubi.
Okay.
See what I'm talking about? There's just something about that that's deeply fucking disturbing. This one's just like, oh, you spew fire, that's so adorable. Come here, give me a hug.
Okay,
Oh.
the two ones look kind of derpy as well. Come on.
I mean,
They got the little
have you
orc
heard-
tusks on the bottom, but they're naked.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah,
naked.
they're completely utterly naked.
I mean, the new ones are like more modernized in the way they
Also,
look.
the sounds that they make is just fucking. It's just unsettling. The whole way it functions is, like I said, something's just weird.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so
Did you
I
see the
mean,
Phobos gameplay though for Eternal?
I think so. I just can't
Basically,
remember it.
it's Doomslayer goes into the base, and there's somebody over the intercom going, "The Doomslayer has entered the base," and he just sees in the background the massive BFG shooting off, and the moment he walks through, everybody just shits themselves. It's the funniest thing ever. He doesn't even
yeah,
utter
I
a
mean,
single word.
I mean, he never talked. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. That's why people
Just-
actually like him.
Just a lot of grunts.
He's not even grunting. He's just like his facial expressions in the original game was like,
A lot of anger going on. Yeah.
When he gets something, something.
I mean, I'll give you a Mancubus that was even derpier than the new ones. It's the ones in 3.
Fair enough. I never liked almost none of the designs in 3.
The Cacodemons in 3 were pretty decent.
Still fucking derpy. Like, this is the thing. For me, it's always gonna be derpy. I just grew up with the fucking tomatoes. I have seen plushies of the original Doom tomatoes, and they look amazing. It's just, I see this and I'm like, oh, you're gonna still fucking hero. Oh, that's so adorable. Come here. Here's a fucking biscuit. Now go fetch me that fucking bone over there.
Yeah, the
Damn
ones in
fucking cool.
3 are fucking weird looking, but I'm guessing they're going with a whole human aesthetic. So
Yeah, because like I said, the new Doom is basically the continuation of 3.
no, the new one is basically just a reboot of the originals. It's
Not
the same
exactly.
continuity as
See-
the originals.
See, no, because it's actually from 3, and I can tell you why. Back when you go for the first time how to get the Hell Sword, the visions that you see are exactly the same from Doom 3, with
Are they?
exactly the same fucking imagery.
Oh, the same like pentagram.
Exactly the same. So it's more logically to say that it's a continuation of 3. It makes more sense for it to be from 3, not from 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And I was like, okay. Which reminds me,
Yes.
I have still not heard words about that Doom Annihilation movie. I want to see the fucking train wreck that it's going to be.
Yeah, no reviews have come out either.
You know why?
No.
Because they probably fucking pulled it.
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. By the way, the Cacodemon plush on the Bethesda website is just $20.
I know.
it's
And
not
this is the
expensive.
original fucking plush that
Oh,
was
look
from
at
the
his
ID.
face.
I know, right?
Okay. So, let's see.
And it
here.
was, see, fucking Bethesda destroys everything, so they took the goddamn, sorry, the ID software store, and they
It's
fucking
software,
destroyed it. And this is not even it. Where is my fucking id software? You fucking monsters! You absolute fucking monsters!
Okay, so I've given you a poster, and the poster came out recently about a film called Baba Yaga: Terror of the Dark Forest. It's like a horror movie that's going to be coming out, but the poster actually looks good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it looks good.
Fair.
I can't even figure out what's going on in the picture. There's the weird yarn lady and a baby. She's holding a baby, and there's a carriage flying over. And
we all know that this is gonna be fucking garbage.
yeah,
Let's not even fucking.
it doesn't look
pretend.
horrible. The poster doesn't look. It's pretty decent. Like design-wise, it's a very good contrast between like the blue and the red and stuff. Also, you remember how we talked about the what's his name? The African American samurai person.
Yep.
The movie that's gonna be happening.
The movie that I based my shit over for this.
Yasuke, yeah, it's Chadwick Boseman is gonna play him.
Oh, that name sounds familiar. Give me a second.
Black Panther.
Fair enough. That's okay.
That's a good casting.
Yeah,
That's
that's
really good.
Oh, by the way, we have a trailer for a movie that came out 2 years ago.
What?
Okay, so this is one of those festival movies.
Okay.
And apparently, if it took 2 years, so it's probably a problem with the distribution, which... It's called Zilla and Zoe.
Okay.
It's about a 10-year-old living in fucking Portland, of all places. Just leave this. Portland, and she's obsessed with horror movies. She's fucking obsessed with it. She's running fucking experiments in her free time. It's like unhealthy things, and she decides to make a movie about a horror movie to enter for a competition that mostly grad students do.
Okay.
And there is friction with her father, and her sister tells her father that she's a lesbian. She's gonna get married. That is the problem with the marriage. It's like this comedy. This absolute fucking insanity of things that go on.
Okay.
It doesn't look mean spirited. It looks like something that might actually be really good. And I say might.
Might.
I mean, none of the actors are pretty famous. I mean, some of them just have done some stuff.
I mean, it's child actors, and they seem to be doing a decent job in the trailer. So.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty fine. This came out of nowhere. I literally looked at it in IMDb. It said 2017. I was like, what? Okay, I've never just to turn around. It's just I couldn't find it. I was like, oh, that's nice. Fucking 2 years in the limbo hell, not being released. I wonder whichever movie.
I've added it to the docket, so we're gonna add it to the later on in the when we post the recording. I'm gonna add everything in the description anyway. Any other news that you might think of?
Randy fucked
Randy? Oh shit,
Randy
I forgot about that. Randy yet again. So for those that don't know, Randy Pitchford, the person that owns Gearbox Software, the person that said that Borderlands 3 isn't going to have microtransactions only for the game to come out, only for news to come out literally the day after that microtransactions will be in the game, has apparently abused one of the voice actors who's no longer a voice actor in the game.
The Claptrap one.
Claptrap is the robot that nobody likes.
Yeah. Well, actually, everybody fucking liked Claptrap.
Claptrap? Yeah.
Because he was kind of a fan favorite. People actually liked Claptrap.
I actually personally found him incredibly annoying.
I found everything in Borderlands be fucking annoying, but that's
most
just
things,
me.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, the writing in the game is pretty decent. For the most part, it can elicit some kind of reactions for the most part, but the fucking gameplay is so bare bones and bad. Oh fuck, I can't even finish one of the games. It's just bad, all around bad. Sorry, if I
It's
have
basically
to
a loot shooter. It's an MMO disguised as a loot shooter.
Yeah, that's the closest way to explain it. Or basically, you
Gameplay-wise.
can say, do you find fun in playing Diablo 2? Well, would you like to have these endgame builds that basically make farming far more
See, that's the
easier
thing
and
that I
frequent?
like Diablo 2.
Yeah, because you know.
I grew up
Yeah.
on Diablo 2, so to me it's very close to my heart. But the moment somebody says Borderlands is like Diablo, I'm like, is it really though?
No,
Is
it's a
it?
failed attempt at
Yeah.
this because it's exactly the same thing. When you make progress in Diablo, you feel like you're making progress.
Yeah.
You have an actual fucking talent tree with different talents that you can take and make a highly specialized character the fucking Diablo way. Because that's what we did. We did ice fucking sorceresses and fucking Armageddon druids and whatever the fuck was method at the time. I can't even fucking poison
Bone
assassins.
Necromancer. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually it was the fight and skip mechanic. You go in a dungeon, you see a special mob, it says immune to your fucking damage. You're like, okay, that's a skip.
You're like,
I'm not
I'm
fighting
exiting
this.
this dungeon. I'm going
I'm
back to
resetting
spawn
this.
and I'm coming back. Yeah.
Well, when you're playing fucking Borderlands, you don't have really this really vast fucking tree. Especially when I played 2, it was
No, you just have the technology of randomly generated weapons that every now and then you might get something decent.
I mean, that's not even it because it falls off really too fucking fast.
Yeah.
And like I said, you level up there, but you don't level anything. You get some useless shit that you barely ever fucking use because in the end of the day, you're just pressing left button and moving and pressing the W key.
Yep.
Or maybe even the
It's
S key,
like
depends.
somebody that goes, did you use the skills? I'm like, what fucking skills? I just literally got the weapon that did the most damage, and I fired it at the things that took way too many bullets to get killed.
At some point, because I was playing it with Vesco and his friend Itsu, it took us like fucking 15 minutes to finish a mid boss in a quest.
Yeah,
15
because
fucking
the
minutes
more
of
people
thrill.
that play, they're in the same session
It's
for Borderlands. It's not just the boss; it's most of the enemies just become bullet sponges, and it's really like
It's annoying. It's a waste of time and it's not well designed and people overhype the living shit. And I broke the game like a couple of fucking times.
Of course you
And
did.
the driving controls are fucking tank. They're the most tankiest thing I've seen in my entire. To this day, I'm not even sure how to fucking drive in that game. It just makes no sense. So it's just some fucking ludicrous shit.
It's
Thank
like
God that
somehow
people.
WASD while driving does not work all that well.
It's just. I mean.
But yeah, Randy
there is-
Pitchford apparently abused one of the voice actors, according to the voice
Well,
actor himself.
Not exactly. That's just one part of it. Second part is, see, years ago, when Colonial Marines came out,
Oh no, not
Gearbox
Colonial
was-
Marines.
Oh yeah, we're going back then.
The game that was that had so much false advertising around it, it almost sent Gearbox into like bankruptcy.
It had so much fucking false advertising and consumer lying in it that it took fucking No Man's Lie to dethrone it. Hey, we really fucking went there.
No
We
Man's
went
Lie.
there.
Oh, I get it.
We
I get it.
fucking went there. That's how bad that game was. It took it almost a fucking decade for someone to dethrone it. As the pivotal, don't fucking do this in your life. But no. So during the fucking development, Randy was accused of ciphering money from the Colonial Marines into the Borderlands 2 game, which is illegal. So many levels.
Well, it's laundering, so yeah, it's gonna be illegal.
No, it's not laundering. It's just illegal because there is a stipulated contract that this money has to be used for this specific thing. Because the people who gave you the money are the people who have the aliens IP, and they say like, we're gonna give you 50 fucking. I'm speaking relatively here because they gave them pretty much more money than that.
You're
50 million
given relative examples, yes.
Yeah, 50 million here to make this game. He's like, okay, sure. So I'll take 30 million out of this game and cipher it towards Borderlands 2, and the rest of it, it's just fucking shit out something that doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, sorry, I bumped my microphone. I do apologize.
And there was also talk that he actually pocketed some of the money. Now, this was never officially proven. Fair enough. Fair enough. But there is an ongoing investigation about Randy pocketing 12 million.
How much?
12 million. Right, because Gearbox is going the shitty route of employee laws, because they're like, we're gonna pay you less, but you're gonna take a cut of the cut from the money that we made.
Jesus
and he's
Christ.
taking the fucking money that they made and pocketing it for himself. And
Randy,
it's an
what are you
ongoing
doing,
lawsuit.
Randy?
And it's an ongoing lawsuit, and I'm like, I fucking remember the name of Colonial Marines was. I knew that this shit's most probably true, but Fuck me, he's doing it again. Are you fucking demented? You fucking slimy piece of shit.
You sleazy bastard.
You fucking tool. Oh god, I hate that bastard. I hate him so much.
It gets worse though, because now the whole abuse thing has come through, and it's you're just the CEO of the company. You're not like, you shouldn't really be meddling about with game development. Yes, you were in game development before, but why would you go around abusing your fucking staff?
I think I already said it's some form of capacity. He did something that borderline was something to do with game design, but it was never flat out fucking game design because the guy is a fucking dolt.
Right.
He's basically Andrew Wilson, but with some fucking cred behind his name. Because here's the thing, I fucking hate Andrew Wilson. I think Andrew Wilson is one of the worst fucking human beings.
Andrew Wilson again?
EA spokesperson, you know, the guy.
Oh, the EA person, right?
The guy.
The guy.
Yeah, so the guy that's literally everyone fucking hates him, except the journalists who suck his dick and say thank you after a mouthful.
Right.
I mean, so the guy, he has no credibility. Not gonna lie, he literally has no credibility to his name. He's a corporate slime.
Right.
And I get that. I can't hate him for being what he is, because, you know, those things do exist. It's fine. Although we do have to suffer for it, but I guess we have to suffer for someone. It just has to be him, of all people. And I was like, yeah. Well, Randy Pitchford is trying to be, it's kind of the same thing, but he has some credibility behind his name. Because he's like, oh, but I worked on Duke Nukem, and I own the IP for Duke Nukem, and I also worked on Shadow Warrior in some fucking form of capacity. And it was like,
in some way, yeah.
I mean, at least he fucking finished levels in Duke Nukem, even though they were... Okay, they weren't always the worst levels. I think there were worse levels in Duke Nukem than his, but they were pretty bad still.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I was like, I also did Battleborn, and, you know, people turned out, again with the loot box stuffy, turned out that he got caught lying again. Back when Jason Schreier, a person that I don't respect for a majority of reasons, had his inside sources tell him that Battleborn's gonna go free to play. And he posted to Twitter and said in an article with Kotaku, because he works for fucking Kotaku. Of course he does.
Of course.
And he was like, no, so inside sources told us that Battleborn's gonna go free to play. Here comes Randy on Twitter. You know how this is gonna end up.
No way.
Not really well. It was like, oh, no, that's for pure fucking guys. That's not gonna happen. Yada, 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 yada. 2 months later, Battleborn goes free to play. I'm sorry. You were saying?
Say that again, please.
And it's like, also his response to the voice actor accusing Randy Pitchford for assaulting him. It's one of those, oh my god. He literally said he was asking for it. I was like,
are you serious? You don't know, we don't say that, no.
I mean, boy, fuck me, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Is this really what? Oh wait, no, this is Randy Pitchford talking about. The guy can't fucking string a fucking sentence without lying and being an asshole. Jesus. That says me, a guy that constantly fucking rants and hurls swears and curses all over the place, and tells them, "You can't fucking talk, you miserable piece of shit."
That's just fucking ridiculous.
That
is genuinely ridiculous.
All of it is just all of it. People still wonder.
It's just a bit absurd if you think about it.
It is.
The whole thing is stupidly absurd.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
What was the guy that created Fahrenheit, the game? Your favorite guy.
Oh, my favorite. David Cage.
Yeah, David, fuck you, I'm not making games, I'm making cinematic
David, fuck you, there's a farting dick and balls in my studio, yeah.
Yeah, that whole drama about his studio and the work ethic there was, and the
work ethic being absolutely horrific in there, yeah.
Oh god.
What a surprise, a studio that whose director has a chokehold on, is working under horrible circumstances. Shocker.
Using Ellen Page nude, where she explicitly said not to be used nude.
No, she specifically did not even record nude, but for whatever reason, he had pictures of her as a child, which she didn't even know existed, or something like that.
Creepy.
And then he goes, "I'm a big fan. Here are the pictures I have of you." It's like, where did you get these? Why do you have these?
I guess he paid someone to have them.
It's
or
not
guess
even
he was...
paying someone. It's ridiculous. It's like having a crazy fan who, for some reason, knows what you did yesterday and knows what color socks you're wearing, even though you never show your feet. You know, that type of thing. Yeah. It's like, I know how many times you wipe when you shit. It's like, thanks.
That's I mean, okay. Would you like me to autograph my next one?
So you can autograph the poops if you want as well. Fucking Christ. Anyway.
Okay, so I mean, this is one of those fucking ridiculous times, because apparently there's also issues with fucking Anthem.
Anthem, there's always going to be issues with it.
No, because according to people, there's the ongoing discussion because they created an AI that's basically forcing loot box jobs.
Seriously.
As in determining if you actually deserve it or not. It's something so fucking ridiculous that when I heard it, I was like, yeah, but this is EA. EA fucking patented a way to force you to buy loot boxes when it puts you in a game with people who have already done the pay to win route and got everything, and you have nothing. Just to force you to buy shit.
Yep, that's the way it goes. So
it's just, well, at least for once, I'm not gonna shit on the Epic Game Store.
For once, yeah, that doesn't happen too often, does it?
So I can shit on Team Sweeney a little bit more.
So I can shit on Randy himself.
But, I mean, is anyone even fucking surprised that Randy said that Borderlands 3 is going to fucking Epic Game Store?
No. There's a good about that whole abuse thing and the everything that we've been talking about for the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. I'm gonna have a video in the description. It's about half an hour. Is it the same one you sent me?
Okay.
That covers pretty much this entire debacle of Randy fucking up a bunch.
I mean, yeah, there are people who already covered this way better because they actually have Twitter, which I don't.
I have Twitter, but I don't use it because I don't see the point in Twitter.
Twitter is just a fucking sewer. And I am the sewer!
It's me, the sewer.
I am the sewer. Don't question me.
Don't question the sewer.
Joke. So it was like, it's a fucking sewer, man. That's just like, you see the shit there and you're like, It's like the same thing. Do you know that there's gonna come out a game that's Earthworm Jim called? Earthworm Jim's gonna get a sequel.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, guess what? Here's the thing. First of all, it's gonna come out on the Intellivision system.
Yeah.
Intellivision is making a new game system. I want you to put that into a perspective for a second.
Okay.
They got the whole original squad behind the original game. The OG squad. It's just literally the OG squad. All of them are back for one more game.
That's good.
No, that's not good. Because there's one guy who I always forget his name. I don't know why I forget it. Just give me a second. I think I'll find it. No. I don't want this. From Jim. Yeah. And right, so, and he's gonna be on there, and people learn that he's gonna be there, and he's this highly opinionated individual. Oh yeah, Doug Tenapel.
Okay.
He's the creator. He's the original guy. So he's gonna be back on it, and he is a very strongly opinionated individual.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Oh, of course. Everybody's a strongly opinionated individual on Twitter.
Well, no. He has been always been strongly opinionated individual, but on Twitter, it matters. And the NPC media does not like him.
Okay.
Because his opinions do not coincide with theirs. And I shit you not, I saw this Twitter because this is the fucking article. It was like, of a guy that says like, oh, I don't think I can give a honest and unbiased review to From Jim now that I know that Doug Tenapel will be there. He should not be there for me. Wait. It gets better. It gets fucking better.
Why do people insist on being assholes when if a game's good, the game is good? It doesn't matter.
No. It gets better. Trust me, it gets way better. So it's like, but that's your fucking job to give an unbiased. You literally just said that you're gonna give a negative opinion over something that's not directly related with the game. Hence, you're failing your fucking journalism 101. The guy said,
it's not even that. It's the same as when
shh,
people. Sorry, let me just reiterate on this real quick.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You cannot give an unbiased opinion over something. It's one thing. I cannot give an unbiased, unopinionated movie review on the Doom Annihilation. I will nitpick the living shit out of it. I will find every nuke and every bad thing, and I will fucking tear it apart.
Yeah, but then again, though, if you find something good about it, you'll say, "Hey, that's not bad."
No, because that's not how it works. You always close your eyes. You're like, okay, that might have been this. Nah, I need to find something. Yeah, but
we're not journalists, so we don't have to be biased or unbiased, I should say. If we don't like something, we'll be like.
And here's the thing, the guy said, "Oh, but I'm a journalist, so you can't tell me how to do my thing because I'm an actual journalist."
No, but you should know how to do your thing. You should be unbiased at all times. That's what journalism is.
Well, he doesn't. That's the thing. He literally discredited himself by saying, I do not know how to be a journalist, so I have to be strongly opinionated, and people that I like have to do things that I like. People I do not like, I will say that I do not like, and I will give them bad reviews because that's how the thing works.
Horribly right now, yeah.
Yeah, we live in this fucking era, fucking NPC media. Just round them up, shoot them, and just problem over. Fucking problem over. Just round them up, shoot them.
Gunshots being heard at the distance.
No, loads of them. Because this should not happen in any sense. It's just fucking, it's dumb, it's unprofessional, it's honestly fucking retarded. It's not even a better word for this. It's ill.
You're like, I would say there's a better word for that, but I think retarded is the best word that can be used right now, as offensive as it is.
It isn't, because they're a fucking offense to everything.
Christ.
They're literally a fucking offense to it, because they failed the most basic thing. The most basic thing. Okay, so you do not like the person. Close your eyes and pretend that person's not there. Do you like what you see? Yes. Okay, good. So you actually like it. Oh, I don't like this. Fair enough. But is that all? Oh, I mean, I kind of like this. This was fine. Okay, congratulations, you did.
Sorry, I'm just like getting horribly upset right now, considering the whole situation.
I mean, for me especially, it's like people are gonna question why I'm saying this when I'm gonna shit over Doom Annihilation. I'm gonna start with saying this: the movie starts, the trailer started with Doom Slayers, plural.
No, there's only one.
Yes, there is only fucking one. One per universe, maybe, but it's one per fucking universe. It's not plural, it's singular. Because imagine, why would you be fucking afraid from hell if you have a fucking...
If you have Doom Slayers, there is no point of hell even coming over, because hell itself shits itself the moment Doom Slayer shows up in the game.
Exactly.
In 2016, there are... In Doom 2016, if there are totems in like the game, you go up to the totem, you interact with it, and a little voice log starts, and it's a demon, and that demon is going, and then the Doomslayer came,
and fucked everything up, and we all realized we didn't shit,
and we're all very scared of him. So why in God's name would we even worry about hell if we have Doomslayers? Is that seriously what the trailer starts with? I forgot
it did. It said Doomslayers plural is missing, and I fucking rewatched it because I just want to make sure I saw that. And I'm like, plural. I just, what is this? 911 fucking Doomslayers online. Excuse me, Mr. Doomslayer, I have a fucking hell infestation. Could you come here? And it's just like fucking Nino fucking police, fire trucks come up and it's just Doomslayers gearing up. It's like, excuse
what's
me, man.
The point of
what's the problem? Doom infestations. We got some fucking pinkies and shit. All right, just move out. They just like.
You know what I would want to see in one of these movies, if they ever make a proper Doom film? Just allude to the Doomslayer. Say, oh, he's been trapped in hell, and he cannot help us, and then have him show up at the end, and just fuck everything up.
Let me explain like this, because I used to talk this with a guy, because he was like, oh, but why are people so cringing about the female Doomslayer? I was like, listen, it's only one guy. Like, listen, it's only one guy. That's the first problem. And when they say plural, that means that they want to have her as a Doomslayer. Fair enough. But here's the problem. it's like if you do it properly, you do this. It's like how I think they're planning to do of doing it, of having the Doom 1 and 2 being the separate universe, and Doom 3, 4, and 5 will be another universe. So if they make this multiverse situation, you're gonna have a female Doomsayer somewhere in the mix.
I'm not
That's
fussed.
how we do it.
Like, have you seen all the fan art? The recent, well, not recent, but everybody's doing Doom Chan, I think, or Slayer Chan, or something like that. And it's just a female version of the Doom Slayer, and she's like cute and short haired and buff, and she doesn't speak.
Did you not like my Ahegao Sonic picture?
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out with that Ahegao bullshit. Nick Cage Sonic is best Sonic.
Okay, so and my whole thought process about it was like, okay, so if you make it like this, you make the multiverse theory. Yes, we can have female Doomsayers.
Speaking of multiverse, that's one of the cruxes in the new Spider-Man.
Fuck that.
Mysterio is actually from a different Earth.
Yeah, from what Earth bullshit number 3, where one more did not happen.
No, it's not that. Basically, they say. In the trailer, Mysterio says, "Oh, I kind of wish you helped me. You were there for me in my world because my world is now fucked." This movie starts. This movie is like basically starts just after Infinity War ends. Sorry, Endgame ends. So there's some spoilers in the trailer. So
the way my idea was for the whole, because we were discussing it, is like, for me this movie should have been like this. Just say single Doomslayer.
Yeah.
Fucking sure.
Even if it's a woman, it doesn't matter.
I mean, no, you don't fucking reveal the face of a Doomslayer.
That's the point. It can be a woman. You never know, because you only see is the legs and the hands. Like that suit, that power armor is just power armor. It doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl.
I mean, I'll tell you a little bit about biology, and that's the skeletal structure.
No, it's not that. I'm saying, in today's society or whatever, we live in a world, blah blah blah. I don't care if it's a girl or a guy in that suit. I care if the movie's good.
Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, even in this, you cannot lie with biology. Skeletal structure. I know, skeletal structure is highly fucking defined, and you can usually that's how people determine the gender of a skeleton by the structure, especially. But it's usually easier to do with the facial bones and the facial structure.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of Doom, you turn around and see it. You can see the fucking skeletal structure, and I'm like, yeah, that's a guy.
It's definitely a guy. It's a huge fucking steroid-filled guy.
He's fucking massive. So it's like, my idea for that movie would be have them fucking struggle against the hellspawn there.
Yeah, and then have him show up to save everybody.
No, fuck that. It's just show up at the end of the movie. I don't want them to do a Doom Guy movie.
No.
Or a Doomslayer movie. I'm okay
make
with
it
them
like they tried to make the Halo movie ages ago. Just say something about Master Chief and say he was great and he's not here right now. So we're gonna have to struggle. Do it that way.
Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't fucking struggle with that movie. They were just overpowered pieces of shit. I remember I watched it. It wasn't that bad.
It was a series, though, wasn't it? I don't think it was a movie.
I only watched one movie.
I know there was a short, then there was a Machinima series, and there was an animated one as well.
I think I watched the animated one.
And I know that Spielberg for ages wanted to do a Halo movie.
Oh god, no. Just give him the fuck. Just keep him the fuck back. Keep him the fuck back.
Oh, well,
just give this to someone else. I would be fucking okay with Denis Villeneuve doing it.
If they give Denis Villeneuve to give him a Doom movie. Don't give him a Halo movie. Give him a Doom movie.
No, he'll fuck up the Doom movie. Come on, the motherfucker just...
We watched Sicario. Sicario was great. Make it like that.
Sicario was a piece of shit. It was one of the worst, dumbest movies in fucking existence.
I liked Sicario, the first one.
It was horrendous. Even the second one fucking failed at the end.
Well, the second one doesn't have... It's not the same team attached to it, so...
It's exactly the same people that did it.
Villeneuve didn't direct the second one.
Could, because it's better. Not by much, but it's fucking better. Because I want my fucking movie about a fucking Sicario and a fucking CIA agent to be centered around fucking Emily Blunt looking fucking confused over shit that she's supposed to have seen multiple times because she's not a fucking rookie. Oh my fucking god. I don't
Oh, he's
fucking
getting
care
angry
about her.
now. He's getting angry.
It's just, that movie was...
Let's move on. Let's move on quickly.
It had
Quickly.
so much potential and it fucked it up. Because, oh my god, let's just flaunt fucking Emily Blunt for a second because she was kind of popular at the time.
I like Emily Blunt.
Oh, I don't mind her.
I think she's a really
good
good actress.
Yeah,
Especially, do you know what film I like her a lot in?
Age of Tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what made her famous. Yeah, that's what made her actually famous.
Yeah, she was famous before that as well. I actually really want to see her. I really want to see her as Mary Poppins. I never got the chance to see that film.
I do not want to watch Mary Poppins.
I kind of do.
That's fine. It's fair. I just don't want. No, the thing is, like, Edge of Tomorrow really put her, and people actually.
You heard it. They're gonna make a sequel, and it's probably gonna be censored around her.
Also, it's gonna be a prequel. Congratulations, it's gonna suck. Fuck this shit. Why do people make prequel? Why do people make prequels? I do not understand.
Because original ideas are not something new. Just not something people can come up with.
I mean, sure, we have the fucking the Thing, the prequel.
The Thing looks good. Like, it doesn't look. I'm holding my.
Wait, the prequel? The prequel's fucking
sorry,
horrendous.
not the Thing. Sorry, I thought you were talking about it for some reason.
No, I'm talking about the Thing, the prequel to the Thing that came out in 2011. That was fucking necessary.
That could have been good if they kept the original effects. Because
No,
as a movie, structurally, it's not horrial. Like, it's not
horrendous.
amazing. Don't get me wrong, but it's not horrible.
It's horrendous for a majority of reasons. One of which is it fucks with the fucking canon and the story of the original Thing, and it makes no sense. Because that's the problem that you're gonna face with every fucking prequel. See, Hannibal was a good TV show, but Hannibal was a prequel, and it's clear
Hannibal,
from
the
this
TV show, had nothing to do with the originals, with the films, though. It was just based on the books.
Actually, it kind of did, because it's most based off of the Red Angel stuff.
All right. Well, Red Dragon, the film, is technically a prequel.
Red Dragon.
It's technically a prequel to Silence of the Lambs, and it hasn't. It's completely disjointed from it.
Yeah, here's the thing. We already know Hannibal Lecter because we've seen the original movies. We know that he's a fucked up individual.
He's a very suave, sassy man, but he's also a cannibal.
Yes, a very fucked up individual. Yes. And when you make the prequel and people don't know this, you're like, oh, I'm sorry. When would this fucking review be? 4 fucking seasons in. Oh, people finally realized that. Congratulations. It took us just 4 fucking seasons of dilly-dallying around. But here's the thing. The thing I like the most about the movie is the fucked up imagery they did on most of the kills. It was pretty good.
Do you know, I actually quite like...
I think they tried their best and it kind of succeeded, but the fucking premise of it is wrong and it's bad because you already know what's gonna happen. It's basically just a clock that runs down and you're just looking and goes like, so when are we gonna get to the fucking status quo that we all know? Not yet. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, I kind of actually quite like Red Dragon, the film.
Yeah, I don't like Silence of the Lambs. Unpopular opinion.
I like them both, but I like Red Dragon more for whatever reason. I know it's the worst film, technically, but I like it more. Only because you get to see Ed Norton and Anthony Hopkins just, like, chew the scenery together. It's quite entertaining.
Okay, so here's the thing, it's like, I do the reason why I don't like the Silence of the Lambs is because the fucking Texas accent. Oh, what the fuck was the name of the actress?
Oh shit, sorry.
Oh god, something's wrong.
It's Jodie Foster.
Yeah, I fucking hate that accent.
I don't mind.
It puts me off. It's just.
It's a pretty good film though. If you like, don't think about the accent.
Yeah, but I kind of have to because she's the main fucking protagonist of that movie.
Yeah, true.
As far as the protagonist goes, because she's also dumb as bricks.
She's a rookie analyst, isn't she, in the film or something like that?
Yeah, it's the usual. Be careful, he's a very dangerous. Oh, I know what I'm doing. 20 minutes in, no, bitch.
Oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been swooned by this man.
It's every time it's the same thing. But yeah, I won't too much mince on it.
I mean, Silence of the Lambs, I'll give it props for being a film which is
a graphical,
it's graphic, but it's also very slow. It doesn't like force things down. It just lets everything build up until the very end where he escapes and stuff. That I like that a lot. Not escapes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
It's a very 90s film with that respect, because there's a lot of films at that time where it was like, oh, the killer and what's gonna happen, and at the end there's gonna be a big conclusion and shit like that, which I've always found very entertaining, and I genuinely thought about giving you the Silence of the Lambs for next week, but I'm not gonna give you that. Speaking of next week, you gave me a film last week.
A very good movie.
You gave me Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai.
Yep.
Which is a Wu-Tang film.
No.
Technically. It's produced by Reza, for God's sake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't we fucking talk about producers?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, at this point, I could be a fucking producer and do absolutely nothing. But no,
yeah.
This is Reza did the original composition for.
He did the soundtrack for it, and he has a cameo in it as well.
And that's technically his first role in a movie.
It's not even he just shows up near the end. But apart from that,
and he does the acronym for peace.
Yeah. This movie, from the very start, just had me head bobbing. Just head bobbing all the way through, because the soundtrack to this film, I will use a hip hop word for this, is it's dope. Okay, I'm too white to say this. It's dope. It's the soundtrack is fucking amazing to this film.
Yep.
And it's just primarily like mid to late 90s hip hop. We're talking when Wu-Tang were like top of the charts. It was them and Dre just like, fighting each other over who can go first in the hip hop charts at that time.
I am not a music aficionado of the 90s, so don't look
Neither
at me.
am I, but like, you know me, I like all types of music if I find it enjoyable. And I love that type of hip hop. Like the proper 90s, like very melody, very beat driven, but also very lyrical. It's not just nowadays where it's just like somebody going.
Oh, you mean mumble rap?
It's not even mumble rap. Most rap nowadays, with if we exclude, let's say, if we take away Kendrick Lamar and Childish Gambino and maybe even Post Malone, everybody else sounds like they are asleep. Even 21 Savage, who does, to me, he's not my cup of tea, but I can enjoy his music. Most of that is just, they sound uninterested, okay? They sound like they're not into it. If somebody just there going, yo, this beat is very sick. I am gonna kick you. And you're there like, yeah, I'm not feeling it, man. Well, that type of hip-hop that is in this film, it's very percussive and there's a lot of melody in it. Sorry, this is going to be me gushing about the soundtrack pretty much the whole time.
So basically you didn't get the movie.
No, I got the movie completely. It's about this... Basically, Forrest Whitaker plays... He's an enforcer. He's a retainer, basically.
No, he's an assassin.
Yeah, he's an assassin. He's a retainer for Louis, who is a crime boss, a mob man, a local mobster. Pretty sure the film is set in New York, or at least it looks like
New York.
Actually,
here is the thing. They never actually specify it.
It looks like Brooklyn. All the mobsters talk like this. Forget about it,
I think that's a typical conception of the Italian mafia, so it's probably New Jersey more.
Could be Brooklyn. You never know, because then they go out the rooftop and they go, hey, that black man, I'm going to shoot him,
I actually went into Ghost Dog trivia for this one because I also... Why not? And I think it's just... Hello, Liverpool.
Hello, Liverpool.
Wait, let me find it, because I think that they just specified it was mostly in shot in... wait, no. Yada. Public Enemy. Fine, no. Come on, what the fuck was it? RZA, no.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm on the wiki.
Oh yeah, New Jersey City, New Jersey.
So it's it's technically still New York. It's on the opposite side of the bay. So
it's literally in the sewers.
It's the sword.
I'm
So,
from New Jersey.
basically, Forrest Whitaker plays Retainer, an assassin man for the Mafia. And he calls himself Ghost Dog. And he's an absolute weeb.
Actually, no.
We find
This is
out... We
here's the thing.
find out
He's
Louis
not a weeb.
Louis saved him from getting beat up when he was younger. And after that, he decided to become an assassin for Louis. And became Louis' retainer. And decided to follow the code of the samurai.
Actually, again, this is a bit of detail you missed. Back when you see him for the first time in the past, when Louis saves him, when he's lying on the ground,
Yeah.
he's got Chinese letters on his white shirt.
No, I know. And
Okay, so like I said, I literally went here because I needed to find this. The text from the king, by the way, it is Chinese letters. It's not Japanese.
it's not
so,
Japanese. Yeah, it's Chinese.
So it's King Dynasty with QING. I'm sorry I fucked that
Ying.
one up.
I think.
Yeah,
I think it's pronounced Ying.
Fair, absolutely fair. So Ying. All things are impermanent. This is the rule of creation and destruction. Once created,
Yep.
already extinguished. Silently ending is the path of happiness.
Yep. There's a lot of quotes in this film where Forrest Whitaker will dramatically read parts of the Samurai Code
Not exactly.
to establish pretty much the next mise en
book.
scène.
Actually, I've got the book. And
Oh,
I've
sorry.
read
I
it.
will play a quick audio clip of how to pronounce the QING.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's see. Is it gonna work? Is it working? Hello?
Xing.
It's Xing. Okay, there we go.
Shing. Okay, fine.
Shing.
It's Shing. Okay, so for the Shing dynasty.
Okay.
Thank you. So, but the more you know. We actually learned something positive today.
Yeah.
No, first of all, the Way of the Samurai is a very, I'm gonna call it a bipolar book.
It's a very bipolar book. Yes, it's stupidly bipolar. That's the book he follows in the film.
I have it. I've read
Oh, yeah.
it.
Shit.
Yes, I actually read it, and one of the reasons why I got it was this movie.
A lot of the quotes in that book, and a lot of the quotes he reads off
mutually
are
excluding each
one
other.
they're mutually exclusive, and two,
So
it just makes you
from each other.
feel like as a samurai you either kill people or you kill yourself in the glory of battle because you hate yourself.
Not exactly. See, again,
Again, I'm not saying
this is-
exactly. I'm saying it comes off as self-loathing.
but it isn't. See, this is the thing about it. First of all, the book, almost everything is contradictory to each other where you read inside. And one of the earlier roles says this is contradictory to each other, because one of the things is like you never question your master. His orders are obsolete.
Yeah, the
unless you have
master
to
is
question.
in charge. You're not in charge, basically.
Yeah, but the thing is, it says unless you have to question them.
Yeah.
At which point you question them, but you never question them. And he's like,
You're
this-
allowed to question them, but you're not allowed to question your master, technically.
No, you question all of it, but you cannot question it. That's the thing.
You question it, but you can't do anything about it. Yeah, it's
So the
because
thing is like,
because you're not Ronin.
the way of
you're-
the way of the samurai is finding absolute balance.
Yeah.
It is a thing of balance. Secondly, the samurai code, and by far, is a fatalistic code. That's
Yep.
one of the reasons why I actually got the
It
book.
just
Fuck me.
leads to death.
Because
your
death
own
is
death.
the form. No, death is the form of finding your true self.
Yep.
It's
That's a pretty good quote
It's
in
not-
the movie just before the end, where he reads it off, where it's like, oh shit,
yeah,
I can't even
well,
remember it,
I've-
but it's
I've
a
read
really
the
good
book
quote.
and it gets even fucking more complicated laterwards, but this is a very difficult to read book. Not because it's just contradictory to each other, to everything you read. It's like you read one page, there's like 3 quotes that explain stuff, and the next 2 pages are gonna have things that absolutely contradict. No, it's because everything you read, this is philosophy. Everything you need to stop, think about it for at least a minute, sometimes more, mostly more.
A minute won't be
Get
enough
back.
for this one. You kidding me?
No, occasionally
It's a Japanese philosophy about self-flagellation at this point. So it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of hidden meanings and a lot of
No, 'cause,
obvious meanings contradicting those hidden meanings.
The one thing there was also in the beginning, he says a true samurai is a samurai that takes care of himself and
Yep.
his master.
Yep.
So you have to look presentable. You always be at the peak of your condition,
Yep.
and and afterwards says, but the reality is you will never be at the peak of your conditions. So it is allowed for you to be tired and slow.
Yep.
It's just that no one needs to see it. It was like, fair? Okay,
Yeah,
what?
No, a lot of those teachings you can actually apply to real life as well.
Yeah, so you bring makeup to hide the shades under your eyes when you look tired.
That's literally a samurai can use blush to hide the bags under his eyes.
It's just that's fucking ridiculous. It's already else when you think about it.
It's a lot of self-loathing, as I said.
It's not even self-loathing. It's just like it puts you on the path where questioning is the only way to progress forward, but you never should question it.
Yeah.
So most people that will go on this path are fucking psychopaths, and this history is fucking proven them because they don't care. It's like this code, especially the one that's the loyalty, keeps them in check for them not going fucking rampaging left and right.
For them not turning Ronin and just fucking everything up.
Oh no, the Ronin is still a thing.
No, the Ronin are a thing. I'm saying the code itself is something
the movie
to
was
keep
a piece
away
of shit.
from that. Yeah.
The movie was a lot of piece of shit. I rewatched it like fucking several months ago. I couldn't stand it.
Which film?
Ronin with De Niro. And
I don't even remember that film. I still haven't watched 47 Ronin.
That one I did.
With Keanu himself.
It's Jean Reno and Robert De Niro and some other people. I think Sean Bean, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Sean Bean. Sean Bean's in there.
Ronin. I will look it up. You carry on. Sorry, I will look it up.
Yeah, there it is. I just found it. Yeah, so the movie and the way it also pays homage to a French movie, an Alain Delon movie.
Okay.
Le Samouraï or some shit like this. I just, me and French, it's just never gonna get along. Which is a 1960s.
Do you want me to shout Desi over just so she can pronounce it properly? No, Send her back away.
No.
Like, come here, pronounce this.
And so the thing is, the movie, I actually found it.
Okay.
But it was all in French and no subtitles.
Well, yeah, it's a French film, so.
And I was like, no, because I'm expecting to have a fucking supposed hit that inspired the whole movie.
Le Samurai, 1967.
Yeah.
Try and guess the Rotten Tomatoes score of this film.
97.
100.
Fuck.
Jesus fucking Christ. 4 out of 4, Roger Ebert.
Oh, well, never fucking look at Roger Ebert.
8.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay, so here's the thing. Never look Roger Ebert's scores.
No, I won't, but it's still a lot of people use it.
I think Robert Ebert was the guy that... Roger, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, it was Ebert and... No. No, it was the other one that gave Grave of the Fireflies a fucking perfect score. That movie's pretty shit.
I don't mind Grave of the Fireflies.
It's pretty bad.
For an animated film, it kind of punches you in the gut. It's horrendous.
No. See, and this is a fucking trap.
It's a trap!
This was released during the same years of Akira and a couple other big ones, which you could find out, and they all deal with teenage rebellion. Do you know why?
Why?
Because the teenage crime rate skyrocketed.
Oh.
Japan
in the 80s.
70s to 80s, and it just fall off early mid 90s.
Speaking of that, I think I'm gonna sit down and watch Akira again.
It's pretty bad.
I enjoy it. I personally watch it because of the animation.
It makes zero sense. It literally, the animation is fucking top notch.
The animation is just fucking. And the light trails and everything.
And guess what? Grave of the Fireflies is kind of based on a real story of the director who also wrote a book that's never been translated.
Yep. It's based on. It's literally based on one of the atomic bombs things.
No, it's basically him purging his demons of having his little sister die.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't care as to what
he feels. I think it's the responsibility that he feels or something.
No, because like I said, and now when you couple it with what I just told you about the teenage youth rebelling,
yeah, it makes a bit more sense.
So this movie is like, you see that, you little shit? This is what we had to go through, you little fucking shit.
This is why we're here, because of us. You should stop being criminals.
It's literally inciting fucking. It's inciting guilt over stuff that you're not up to. It's making you.
You know what's the funniest thing? At this point now, there's barely so little crime in Japan that the police don't barely even carry guns anymore. But
bullshit! There's pretty fucking crime in Japan.
It's besides the point. can you just carry on ranting about our little film about Ghost Dog? Just tell the people the first, I want to say 15 minutes, and what happens. I'm just going to go get water because I'm out of water.
Fine. So
I'm getting off the chair now.
So the movie starts, we have Louis, we have Louis waiting for a meeting with the three bosses about the hit that's going to be taken care of by his guy, Ghost Dog. Apparently they're going to try and kill Handsome Frank. Handsome Frank fucked up. It's never really explained why Handsome Frank, what exactly did Handsome Frank do. It's just said that he fucked up. And he has the boss's daughter, so for some reason with him. I don't know why. Like I said, by the way, the boss is played by Henry Silva. Class act, as always. And it's pretty weird because most of those things are not really explained, and that's kind of what makes it really good. Because a lot of things are alluded, a lot of things are not necessary for the story. It's just how it is. So Ghost Dog kills Handsome Frank, and then he spots the boss's daughter, who gives him a book, a very important book for the story. It's Rashomon, which is 6 stories about ancient Japan. And he leaves. Next day, so Louis goes back to them, but before that he sends out a pigeon because the guy, Ghost Dog, only communicates with Louis via pigeon. And he's like, okay, listen, there's some issues. I'm calling to a meeting. Talk to you soon. Talk to you. He goes to a meeting, sits down there like, your guy fucked up. He's like, how the fuck was he supposed to know that the broad got off the bus that she was supposed to be sent on to the other side by our guys? He was like, and he was like, no, they continue watching. He was like, oh, Christ, he's a fucking professional. Thank God he didn't kill her. And then Henry Silva, Ray Henry just leans in and says like, if he did, you'd be fucking dead right now.
Yes.
I was like, I got
You're up to the point where the mafia people are arguing. Yes.
Yeah. And they're trying to get
Speaking
more
of that,
information.
sorry, the mafia guys in this film are my favorite mafia guys in any film.
I mean, okay, there is a reason.
Because they're the most stereotypical Italian pizza, pasta, forget about it, Italian.
First of all, you have Frank Adonis as the guy that plays.
You have all the old school actors playing him, which is great.
Henry Silva is playing fucking Ray Vago.
Yeah.
Steve Gorman, who I swear, he makes the most amazing. He has literally the most amazing accent of them all.
They're all just fucking,
Yeah, and and fucking Henry Silva, man, just wow. Really.
Just if you want to watch, this film is not even that much of a weeb man is an assassin. It's more a mafia film than anything else.
I mean, he's not even a weeb.
I know, I just like to think that he is, you know what I mean?
We'll get to that part. So they're sitting there and interrogating Louis over the guy that he sent over to kill Handsome Frank for unspecified reasons.
Yep.
And then he's like, okay, so here's the thing. He communicates to me with birds. And they're like, excuse me, what the fuck?
They let you go,
what?
The fuck is that? What the fuck did what was it? The fuck did this guy just say? It's birds.
Like,
what kind of birds in particular?
No, he's like, what species of birds?
Yeah,
pigeons. It's
just some of it. Some of the dialogue is very modern in the sense, but a lot of it, in this case, is like they sound like they're out of a novel, and it's fucking great.
For a reason. See, it shows because if we go back to the fucking class thing, I don't know. It shows that especially the top brass at the Italian mafia is out of touch with reality.
Okay.
They're old and they haven't moved with the times.
Yeah.
It shows especially when Louis, who's supposedly more progressive than all of them.
Yeah, they're still stuck in the 50s, basically.
Oh, and the oldest guy goes like, but he said that the guy was a...
Yeah, there's a lot of the N-word in this film.
Actually, there's only once.
Well, there's a few times. You can tell these guys are all old and horribly racist.
Sense. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like later on when they're on a... Basically, the mafia boss sends them to go kill Ghost Dog. He's like, oh, he's on the rooftops, and wherever you see pigeons, if there's a guy that looks remotely like him, just shoot him. And they see this guy who's just a white dude, and they go, "Hey, who are you?" And he says something, goes, "Oh, Indians, blacks, they're all the same. Shoot them anyway."
Yeah.
That's the bit where I had to pause the film because I had it on my phone next to me and I was drawing, and I had to pause it so I can laugh for a good 5 minutes, just for that line. You go, Indians, blacks, they're all the same. Just shoot them anyway. But
like I said, it makes sense because especially the old Italian people, they're not particularly the most progressive.
Same as the old Bulgarian people.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
That's pretty fair, isn't
it? But in our case, it's like we had a lack of
lack of exposure to the West.
These people fucking grew up marinated in it, and they fucking hate them. They are legitimate fucking racist bastards.
Yeah.
And that's true.
I work with an Italian, and he's a really cool dude, and he himself will sometimes say that older people in Italy are horribly racist.
Yep, that is. And it's like, and it makes sense. To this day, it's like one of the few movies when I heard this shit, I'm like, It's just like it makes sense. I don't even. It's not like in fucking. Which one was it? Not The Pact. The Four Witches. The one I talked about last week.
I forget.
The 90s horrors. Wait, give me a second. So, should be on the faculty. It's not the faculty because the faculty is really good. It's the other one, the really garbage one. Okay. Yeah.
So anyway,
I'll figure it
out. The story for the film is actually pretty basic. It's a
westernized version.
Yeah.
Of the things, because this is a thing that happens over the western, mostly in western movies. So Louis gets the job done that he was asked for, and they're like, okay, so your guy has to go because he killed one of us. And he was like, yeah, but you
asked me to do that, yeah.
And he realizes that if this is how they fucking do business at this point, and he's not liking it. Like I said,
yeah.
And
Louis like the most progressive out of all of them, because he's like, wait a second. You asked me to kill Handsome Frank, but now you're saying your assassin is going to have to get killed now because he killed Handsome Frank. It's like, wait, you guys asked me to... What am I supposed to... Okay. And then he, like, warns Ghost Dog. He's like, hey, you're going to get killed. Please be careful. And Ghost Dog goes, well, it's either you get killed or I get killed. Better off me than you.
No.
And every time he sees him, he's like, I see myself as your retainer. I mean, no disrespect.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, his progressiveness comes from the fact that they do business in a very dirty and underhanded manner. Well, he's
a very sort of upstanding person.
He has loyalty.
Yeah,
and he knows that this is wrong. And
he's old school in a different way.
Because first of all, they killed one of them.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, and I'll get to my ideas as to the reason why they did it afterwards.
Okay.
And on the other hand, they now want the other guy dead so he can clean their hands off.
Yeah, it's typical, like, okay, we need the turf, kill this guy,
I think that he realized that he was going to get killed either way.
Yeah.
Because he knows.
Well, the moment Forrest Whitaker shows up at the start, he shows up at the house, at Handsome Frank's house, and he's like, he doesn't even, like, retaliate. He just kind of looks at him and goes, oh, well, I guess this is it then.
No, he says, like, do you want my fucking Rolex? And then, this is the thing, he shoots him in the stomach, in the heart, and in the head.
Yep.
And this is ritualistic.
Yep.
Because the seppuku starts from the stomach, then you put the sword upwards to the sternum.
Twist.
No, and then you fall over, and your assistant cuts off your head. This is like assistant.
Your assistant.
Assistant. It's just, you've got a guy that's whole job is when you die to cut off your head. And you're like, okay.
That's pretty hardcore, if you ask me.
Pretty fucking grimdark.
Yeah, samurai code for you. But yeah, it's then obviously the whole chase happens when they send a bunch of some of the worst capos in history to go kill Ghost Dog, but they don't find him. They kill somebody else, but they wreck his shack because he lives on a roof in a shack with a bunch of pigeons.
Yeah, because guess what? The fucking Italian mafia is degraded to nothing but fucking fatzos with guns.
Yeah,
fatzos.
They're not even fatzos. They're old, and they're basically, in movies, you get capos, which are the killers for the mafia. They're the assassins. They're really cool. Except here, they're just a bunch of old dudes that can barely walk. And there's a scene where they're climbing up the stairs to get to the shack. And by the time they get all the way up to the roof, they're all winded and they can barely walk. And it's like, let's just kill the guy and go home. I can't be asked for this anymore.
It's like, yeah, because they're just because they're for the this is a very disillusioned
They're
movie.
obsolete. That's the movie's kind of saying that they're a bit obsolete in the way they operate, and they should modernize.
Yeah, because every house they're in, it has a sign that it's for sale.
Every house they're in has a sign that it's for sale. Every house looks like it's out of a brochure for like.
Because they don't have any money left.
Yeah, basically. I'm pretty sure they killed Handsome Frank. Is it Handsome Frank?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the reason why they killed him is because he had the money. Is because of the girl.
No, even Handsome Frank's house had a sign for sale.
Oh, did it? I didn't even.
What I think what happened was because Sonny Valerio.
Yeah.
He was the guy who always pushed them on to do this.
Yeah.
He was the guy that talked the most.
He was the one that was like shoveling people around.
Yeah, so it has been clearly said that he has insane money issues. He's owing a lot of people, and one of the scenes in the movie is how a guy goes in and is like, "I'm gonna send the fucking sheriffs after you because you owe me 3 months of payment." And he lives in this fucking uptown, really expensive looking house.
Yep.
And it's really
expensive looking with like guards and like a little drive-in area which is like a mile long or something. Yeah. It takes Ghost Dog a bit to actually get inside the house. He has to go through like security and.
Not really.
He's also, I forgot to say, he's a hacker man. He has a little hacker thing that he uses to like get into cars.
So this is actually an homage to the Le Samurai.
It is, yeah, because Alain Delon. Is it Alain Delon?
I think it is. Like I said, I can't find the fucking.
Le Samurai.
Yeah, Alain Delon's in it, but I can't find the subtitles for the movie.
Yeah, he plays. This is Alain Delon, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's Alain Delon, but I can't find the subtitles.
He has the same like it's a little like walkie-talkie looking thing that he uses to like get inside places and get into cars and get him to start and.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter what it is.
It doesn't matter what it is. At the end of the day, it's to show that our protagonist is smart and cunning, and he can make he can get into things.
He is really smart, and here's the thing.
And the white gloves are a pretty good homage to that as well.
Yeah, fair. But he's really smart because after the moment where everything fucks up, it feels like everything that is done by Ghost Dog and his plan. Like he has planned for all of this. He's like, okay, so if this happens,
he's like, do this. It feels like at the end he's like, well, looks like I'm gonna die anyway, so might as well get this done.
No, I think he prepared himself.
Yeah.
Because this is a part of the Harakura again where it says that a true samurai wakes up and prepares to die.
Yep.
He moves, he's preparing to die. He breathes, he's preparing to die. That's what's so fucking fatalistic. Fatalistic. Not nihilistic, fatalistic. It's so fucking different. No, it's different.
Looking forward to death.
It's expecting death and its inevitability.
Yeah,
and you cannot,
that's looking forward to it.
You're not looking for it. You are expecting.
I'm saying looking forward.
Yeah, looking forward means that you can't fucking wait to die. That's you being suicidal.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, doctor. Somebody send me a doctor, please. I'm not being suicidal. Please don't take this wrong.
Yeah. So it's like it's really. So it's really fatalistic in its nature. The expectations to die at every single moment and be mentally in this place where you're expecting to die, but you're not dying, so you're moving on until you find the moment that you can call your last.
Yeah.
And so Ghost Dog prepared all this plan and how it works because he knew all about their operation, all of them, the chain of command.
Yeah, somehow he knew all the information possible because then
it's never said how.
Louis goes, how do you? Because they have a conversation, don't they? Before where he goes like, okay, this guy wants me iced because he wants you iced, but then why would he ice me? And Louis goes, how the fuck do you know all this? He goes, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was like
so he's very well informed, but he's also like very well prepared as well.
Yep. Uh,
Yeah.
Afterwards, when we get to see more of Ghost Dog's life.
Yep.
And here is the thing. Here's the really
He's an
interesting thing.
absolute like
He's a man. He's a
lonely.
man. No. He's not lonely in the sense of what we think it's lonely. He has
No.
accepted his
He's
role.
accepted the fact that he's the role of a
He's an
samurai, where he
he's an
doesn't.
outsider.
Yeah.
He is an outsider. Because, like he said, he's a man. Him and Louis are men of old culture,
Yep.
old
They say
traditions.
it to each other all the time.
I think they only met twice.
It doesn't matter. Every
Actually.
time they do, it's like, oh, you and me, we're this and
And
that.
after he says that, you start to realize that he found the person that he wanted to be next to in
Yep.
a non-sexual way. He's
Yep.
like, he found his purpose in life because of him. And the story behind as to how it happened is also a pretty interesting one,
Okay.
because you see that the both recollections of the story are different.
Slightly, yeah.
Do you know why?
Not horribly different, but slightly different.
I said while gone that he found the book of Rashomon.
Yep.
See, the first story, as mentioned afterwards, is a story about 6 people encountering the same situation but seeing it differently. This
Yep.
is what exactly happened.
That's
So
something that happens in normal life. Like you and I have been
Yes,
to the same
I
place
mean,
at the
it's-
same time and have both like conducted the situation in our heads completely differently. So
I mean, the reason why, but the thing is, in this case, it doesn't matter how it happened. Did the guy that was beating Ghost Dog put the gun to his head or to Louis? Was there another guy? The thing is, he saved his life one way or another.
at the end
He
of the
was
day,
there.
yeah, the most important thing is that Louis saved Ghost Dog's life when he was young.
Yeah.
And Ghost Dog then said, okay, I'm going to be, I'm in debt to you. Because you saved my life, so I technically owe you one. But again, the soundtracks of this film, all the songs are actually, describe what's going on in the film, and they make a lot of sense in the context. And it also helps, it's very organically integrated, because every time Ghost Dog steals a car in this film, he always has a CD, and he puts the CD in the car, and then whatever's on the CD is the soundtrack for the next 5 minutes of the film. It just makes the soundtrack itself makes a lot of sense because it's always part of the ambience, and it's barely ever just there for being there.
I mean, he actually used actual songs
Yeah,
that he produced afterwards, or even at the time.
they're fucking great songs. There's a 55-something minute long video on YouTube. Also, this film is on YouTube. I found it on YouTube, so that's where I watched it. But
Yeah, fair. Because the thing is like, I remember, because I watched it on the all those years ago. I remember the French guy had subtitles. Actually, he didn't have subtitles.
he was dubbed over.
Yeah, so I kind of know what the fuck he was talking back then. Even though
I kind of understood what he was talking about anyway without the subtitles.
Some of it, I
But
understood.
the idea
some of it.
is that you shouldn't really understand what he's saying. You should just be there, just like
Actually-
Ghost Dog going.
No, actually, because the movie is for the people. He had to have subtitles, and the first version didn't have them.
Okay.
So Jim Jarmusch, the producer, the director,
It's
He-
Jim. Yeah,
Jarmusch.
Jarmusch.
I just something.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
He's made some really good movies. Actually, he has done a good Johnny Depp movie. That's a fucking feat on its own. So when he learned that the movie that they originally showed didn't have the subtitles, he went, corrected the mistake, and gave free tickets to the people who want watch the movie without the subtitles for the French person. Because it kind of makes sense, especially when he talks about bears, and afterwards when he sees the dead bear, and when he talks about the ice cream and the things that he wants, it makes sense. I mean, Ghost Dog understands him on a deeply
Personal sort of.
kinda, let's
You know
go
what?
emotional.
Oh, is it fucking Dead Man
Yes, he did
with
that,
Johnny
man.
Depp? That was the film I was gonna give it for next week.
Huh, really?
Well, I'm not gonna
That's
give it
interesting.
that next week, so it's fine.
I mean, he actually managed to give.
That's a good
Oh,
film.
by the way,
It's a really, really good film.
You know the Indian guy that was on the rooftop?
Yeah.
He was in Dead Man.
Oh,
He did this. Yeah, he did the same stupid white man the thing that he did here. Yeah. It's pretty. The director, he has some really good movies. He's made some really good ones.
Fair
I do
enough.
suggest. Oh, Stranger Than Paradise. Mwah. So so yeah, Ghost Dog is not supposed to understand, but you kind of have to fucking understand it because it looks fucking ridiculous when you
Yeah.
don't speak a single shred of.
But yeah, for
the
those,
French.
sorry, the French man is basically he's just an ice cream vendor on the street that's Ghost Dog's
Oh.
best friend.
Do you want me to tell you an interesting piece of trivia that I learned?
You learned the trivia. Go on.
Apparently, Forrest Whitaker and the guy who played the ice cream man.
Uh huh.
Let me find his name because
They're both elders
in the one-
in Black Panther as well.
Yes, this is the second movie they worked together.
Yeah.
It's not Damon Whitaker. It's not his half brother.
Damon is is Whitaker's brother. He plays younger Ghost
yeah,
Dog in the film.
Interesting.
Yeah, both Forrest Whitaker and the French, the guy who plays the French man, are both in Black Panther as elders.
Yeah, let me just find the name because I feel like fucking bad. I was like that black guy.
Isaac
de Bancol. De
Or is it
Bancol.
just Bancol? I'm not sure. It's a French name,
Okay.
so it's a bit.
Born in the Ivory Coast. Oh, he has a master's in mathematics?
Yeah, he's
Call me
a
fucking
smart man.
impressed.
He also looks
Call me-
great for his age.
Oh yeah. Call me
61,
fucking
he looks
impressed.
fucking great.
Very, very good, my friend. I just respect. Just fucking respect.
Max respect.
The respect is here. Yeah, so and there is this little girl who's eventually she's groomed to be the next Ghost Dog.
Yeah.
Kinda, but not
Because
really.
she shows up in the park and she actually has a conversation with Ghost Dog. She's like, "Hey, you're a weirdo. You said she's actually for a child actor from that time, pretty good."
I know this is a really good movie, and
She's
I
like,
fucking love it.
"Hey, you're pretty weird. Hey, I like books.
My mother
Read
says
my
you
book."
don't have.
Yeah,
Yeah, and she's reading Frankenstein.
yeah.
And here's the thing, though. It actually also kind of fucking ties with what
It
they're
ties.
talking
Yeah, it
about.
does tie with it. Yeah, it's about the whole what was it the monster disappeared, never to be seen again, sort of thing, which alludes to the end of the film.
Yeah.
But it's also like he gives her the code, and he goes, "Read this book. You don't have to give it. You don't have to give it back to me, but I'm gonna need you to tell me what you think of it."
Well, he doesn't have to give it back to her because he's dead.
Yeah,
Actually,
no,
she
but
doesn't have
that's
to
the point. He gives it to her just before he
Yeah.
gets killed. He's like, "Take this book, please. You don't have to give it back. You just need to tell me what you think." And then obviously Louis shows up, and they have the stand down, and he gets killed.
Yeah, but before that, let's read. The female actress, she's pretty good.
She's pretty good. Yeah.
I also, what was it? That whole dog thing.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, so basically because both of them are technically the dog was searching for its master and he found his master.
Oh, yeah, because there's a dog.
Like
in the
a dog
film.
without a voice, family is gone. Writers on the stop.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about
God,
that.
that was the most out of key.
I am really sorry. I just.
Okay, the woman that plays Perline, Camille Winbush,
Mhm.
she's actually just a year older than us,
Damn.
and she is something.
Wait. Not Louise Vargo, the daughter.
No, it's Camille Winbush. She is literally born in 1990, so she was
Oh yeah.
9 when she was shooting this.
She was in the Razor? Really? That's an interesting one. I'm strangely okay with this.
I am kind of okay with this.
Yeah, but she was in really? I can't even remember. I've watched almost every episode of ER.
I fucking love Razaz's whatchamacallit. I fucking love his credit in this film. And he is credited as Samurai in Camouflage.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I fucking love the scene that when he's on the top of the on the roof because he lives with pigeons. That's how he lives. He's
Yeah.
very seclusionary life, which makes sense with his fucking work
Yep.
ethic. And I fucking love when he starts training. Do you know why I
There's
like
a lot
it?
of training in it, yeah. There's a few montages of him just
No.
flailing about on the roof.
Do you know why I fucking love it? Here he is swinging fucking swords. Do you know what's the funny thing? He never fucking does that in a movie.
No, there
he-
isn't a single point in the film where he actually impales somebody or does something like that.
Do you know why?
Why?
That's amazing. Because he's living in the real fucking world, and I have trained I have spent my life teaching, learning the ways of the sword. While you were getting wasted.
While you were getting wasted, I was learning the blade.
While you are having consensual sex with other people, I was learning the way of the swords. Now the end times are here, and you have nothing, and I know the sword, and I will survive, and you won't.
Yeah, and the whole time he just uses guns. It's great.
Yeah, because it makes more fucking sense. Because this is real life.
Yeah.
I mean, these
Why
fat
would he go
bastards
around
are
with a fucking sword? Yeah, this isn't the Yakuza.
Even they don't go around with a fucking sword. They go with guns.
Well, they kind of do right now, nowadays.
No. They use fucking guns. Do you know why they fucking use guns? Because the opponent's using fucking guns, and you can't fucking cut bullets. God damn fam.
Dude, you're not Virgil from Devil May Cry, where you can spin your sword real fast, and you know.
I mean, sure, 20 people come at you with fucking swords. You like have a machine. I wonder how this is gonna end up.
Just, as Pat from Castle Super Beast says, just pull out a gun. Easiest way. Just pull out. You have a problem in a game. You have a problem in life. Gun.
It's so satisfying.
Just use the power of gun. That's all it is. That's all you have to do. Power of gun.
Gun me, daddy. Gun me harder.
Gun me, daddy. Yes.
It's pretty. How should I put it? Satisfactory of how they pieced the movie together. Every action scene pretty well done. The meticulousness of
they're very slow action scenes, but they're very well shot, and you can tell what's going on. And they take the time to actually establish the space the scene's gonna take place in. Because nowadays, a lot of when we're talking movies, a lot of films, when we're talking about shootouts, there's just a lot of shooting and nothing else. And there's a lot of very little establishment of what's going on. Very few films do this properly.
I mean, let me put it like this. He's fighting fat people with guns. I mean, you don't exactly
there's
expect
not a
them
lot,
to.
yeah. But it's still, like, it's a big, massive hall, so you know what's going on. But they still move the camera around enough for you to understand, okay, he just shot this person. Okay, he's turned around, he shot the other person. But before that, there's a little scene of the mafia men around the room just talking. So you have a lot of time to actually understand what the room's dimensions are and how much time he has to, you know, react to things. So,
Yeah, sure.
Again, they're not great action scenes, but they're not bad action scenes either. You can still understand what's going on. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'll give them props for that.
Yeah, well, as
you're not watching this one for the action. You're watching
no,
it.
You're watching it for the philosophy.
You're
How
watching
they
it
actually
for the philosophy, for the fucking stellar soundtrack,
and the amazing acting.
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
pretty good job.
Apparently, Jim Yarmo.
Yeah,
Jim, let's go on Jim. Just
call him Jim. Jim.
I fucking hate the fact that I'm mispronouncing that name so badly.
Just
feels like
Jim the director.
Jim the director went on record and said that this movie, and this specific role of Ghost was tailor-made for Forrest Whitaker. And if he said no, the movie would never happen.
Shit. Because again, he's not in this film. He's not. How can I put this? He's not in great shape. I mean, Forrest Whitaker's got that top body type that where he's never really in great shape, but it kind of works.
No, but the thing is, it's like the way he postures, the way he talks, the way he expresses. Yeah, it's really.
Because he's both got the little that is gonna sound a bit weird. He's got the black man swagger when he speaks. He's got that sort of, you know, cool, very very well controlled and conducted voice, and the way he presents himself is pretty cool. But
I'm gonna go with and say it's more like the way he does it conveys exactly the kind of person that he's trying to portray.
Which is a very suave, very calm, collected, but still very cool person.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised because I was like, who will actually it won't happen. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's pretty cool. Again, I enjoyed this film. I have a feeling that a lot of people might not like, and I would understand if they didn't, because they'd say, "Oh, why is there so much quotes? Why is there not action? Why are the mafia just a bunch of fat dudes?" And there's a lot of
because that's the fucking mafia. Haven't they fucking seen The Sopranos?
It's very surface level, but it's also there's quite a bit of enjoyment you can get out of it. And if you want to watch a film that there's can't even put it in like properly. Basically, I enjoyed it. I recommend it. It's a good time. It's a great soundtrack. And just every single person acting wise just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
For a film from 1999, which is relatively obscure and was made on a very low budget, and it made its money back 4 times. It was a $2 million budget, and it was, I think the earnings are just under $10 million. So again, not very known film, but a great time. I quite enjoyed it. Thank you for giving me this little Diema gem. I quite enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's a very good time. We didn't really go into it that much, but there's a lot of philosophy in it.
I think that the philosophy is what separates the movie, and you need to see the philosophy itself to understand it.
Yeah, you kind of do. Like, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to 100%. But
the story is basic. It finishes on this dour note where he dies to save his retainer, and he gives him the book, the same book that the girl in the beginning gave him.
Yep.
And the woman in the beginning became the leader of the mafia because she was literally the only one left.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty weird in a sense, but not.
Again, it's one of those. It's a lot of things coming back and folding over each other. I think that's one of the main things of the film, because a lot of things that get said at the start get folded back into themselves by the end.
Yeah, because you need to understand a little bit about fucking philosophy.
Yeah, but that also makes the film quite entertaining, because if you have even the slightest idea of foreshadowing, there's quite a bit of foreshadowing going on in this film. From the get-go.
Is this for the enough of a shadow?
But even with the opening shot of the pigeon, it's like, why is the camera just following a fucking pigeon this whole time?
No,
to the point where it turns out, it's because pigeons.
Original movie.
Yeah.
Because it also references a lot a Japanese one called Dead Something.
Yeah. But it also does the whole thing where he uses pigeons to, communicate. So it ties into the story in a nice little bow. I wouldn't say there's any plot holes in the film, because again, the story's pretty airtight and pretty simple. So I enjoyed this film. It was a good. Again, I was head bobbing the whole way through. The soundtrack was just on point all the way through.
This is the good years, man. It's just everything in this movie is handcrafted to be fucking amazing, and it should be experienced. I mean, I could spoil again more of the story and explain what the fuck happened at the end and why it happened the way it did and what it fucking signifies.
We could, but you should leave that for people.
Because that's not the point. Yeah. The story takes a backseat to the fucking idea of it, the interactions, especially the way that you see how Ghost Dog moves around the world as an outsider. Because in the beginning, for where he lives,
even at the bit, because he's a big black dude. There's a scene where there's a bunch of dudes freestyling in a corner in a park.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
See, this is the fun part. The beginning, when he's coming out of the shop that he lives in, bird cage, something bird.
One of them.
Yeah, the people that were next to it are Bloods.
Yeah.
The ones in the ones in the park are Crips. And this is my knowledge about fucking gangsters. And the thing is like the way is like they both enemies and both fucking respect him. This is the kind of person that he is. I'm not gonna say a monster.
He's not a monster, but everybody that he walks past, all the gangs or people, they all give him the "Hey, yo, what's up?" nod.
Because they respect him.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And they barely know the guy, but he's he has enough people that he's intimidating enough people.
Yeah, he's got
cool.
Reputation.
Yep.
He's not even intimidating. He's just like they know this guy.
This guy fucks.
He's serious. Yeah, this guy is serious. He for real, bro. He for real, bro.
Yeah. This guy is for real.
For realsies.
For realsies. Right then.
Yes. Which movie will I get next week?
You've given me a bit of an Eastern thing going, yeah, because obviously samurai and all that. I recently remembered a film that I watched some time ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed because it's a really great action-adventure film.
Which one?
It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
Sounds familiar.
You will recognize some of the cast because you've seen them before. The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. I will give the IMDb page.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I saw this one. That's pretty good.
This is...
I've enjoyed this.
I'm not going to pronounce this in Korean because fuck me if I can pronounce it in Korean.
Juhennon and the Wennon Ishahanonom. I just... Never again.
Juhennon na Benom Isangnom. Nope. I'm not even gonna attempt this. But yes, this is a film from 2008. It's set in the 30s. Very action, very Indiana Jonesy, very fun, quite funny in places. And a big amount of the cast are either from Old Boy or Train to Busan.
Fucking Train to Busan. Train to fucking disappointment.
Yeah, Ma Dong-seok is in it. The big guy from Train to Busan.
Oh yeah,
the cool guy.
I'm gonna punch these zombies and fucking move on.
He just punches them and throws them through the roof. Oh, I love that guy so much. Anywho, yeah,
and his name here is Bear.
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course
he's a big guy. Of course his name's fucking
Yes, he is.
Bear. You have the bad, the good, and Young Taegu, who's played by Kang Ho Song, who I'm pretty sure is the same guy from Old Boy. Yep.
He did Snowpiercer and the host. The host pretty good.
Yep.
I was pleasantly surprised by the host.
The host is a good film. Yeah.
Yoho and Friends, I don't wanna know.
But basically, the director from this, Kim Ji-woon, is the same guy that directed I Saw the Devil, 2010, The Age of Shadows, and I'm pretty sure... What the hell is this? Oh, he directed The Last Stand with Arnold.
The what?
The Last Stand.
Oh, that piece of shit.
He directed that. One sec, I'm just seeing...
Okay, I'll be honest with you. At least I had fun watching The Last Stand.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Sorry, I'm just looking at... What the frick, man?
It was underwhelming, that's what it is.
This man, Kim Ji-woon, directed there's a Jinro live action film?
Yeah, it's gonna come out. Yeah, I know.
2018.
I know, it's gonna come out.
He's a director. There's a live action film of this.
Yes.
Why have they done this?
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
It's available on Netflix. Why is it not available on my Netflix?
Because it's region locked. Because Netflix is a piece of shit. And trust me, you don't want to watch that.
Wait. I'm watching it right now. It's on Netflix. It's on fucking Netflix, dude.
I mean, I don't want to watch this movie. I think I do not want to watch this movie. It feels like it's gonna be bad because
quite looks like the anime.
The anime was a dystopian fucking future.
Yeah, but it's also not great.
It's fucking amazing.
It's a bit. If you haven't read the manga, it's a bit convoluted.
No, it's not. Because Akira is the one that you need to read the manga to make any sense of it. Because it's fucking stupid and bad. And there's also a lot of it. I mean, I think that Ghost in the Shell was one of the better ones during that era.
It's
and
decent. Yeah.
General was the second. Perfect Blue was a piece of
General's
shit.
real fucking Snowpiercer, man. I love that film so much.
Yeah, that movie just so good.
Kicks so much ass. Anywho, it's been nearly 2 hours of this lovely, lovely discussion we've been having. And I believe we should be wrapping it up.
Yeah, sure.
Should we be wrapping it up? Yes.
Yes.
So
I mean,
Go on.
what else? What else can we talk about? We
well,
already
we
mentioned.
can only shut on Randy Pitchford so much, and we can only talk about Doom so much because we've been doing it for like 4 weeks in a row now.
I mean, like I said, I grew up playing Doom. I just can't stop it. I want Doom to be good.
Yeah.
It's like
No, I
the
can't
last
blame
one.
it.
I have my issues with the thing, but I
It's pretty much
respect
the
that-
same as me wanting a good Call of Cthulhu game but never getting it. You know, it's just like that.
Yeah, it's sad that the one Call of Cthulhu game that could have been good is not gonna be good.
Look, I still thoroughly enjoy Shadow over Innsmouth, even though it's a buggy mess. And that, I read about that. I watched, what's his name? Oh, that one reviewer that you gave me.
Which one? Because I've given you a lot of them.
Shadow.
Yeah, I need to be more precise than
over
that noodle.
Innsmouth. Game review. Not Mandalorian. Game.
Oh no, Mandalore. Mandalore's pretty good.
Mandalore.
Yep.
He did a review of this game.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And
I do
basically,
enjoy what he does.
Shadow over Innsmouth originally was supposed to be a 4-player co-op game,
Yeah,
but then it got revamped and redone.
fair.
Which, again, I still enjoy that game for what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still a bit of becomes really messy by the end. So this has been episode 18 of the Voices from Behind podcast. We'll see you all next week with the good, the bad, and the weird. I have been the host, Evo, and with me is the co-host, the other Evo.
Yeah.
Thank you to Podmates for allowing us to be on the page, and I'll spam you again with the podcast when it comes out.
Yes.
Music is playing. Very good. Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
Okay, bye.
Ish.